All right, so this is where we really get down to the bottom line. This is the meat and potatoes of this course. I wanted to go over the entrepreneur's journey. I had this idea just a few days ago about how I could explain the entrepreneur's journey to the average person who has never been an entrepreneur, somebody who's never been in their own business, and how I can explain it in graphic terms so that they can see. So since I'm not a digital artist, I did this by hand, and you can see basically what amounts to a hill or a mountain that we're climbing. And as you can see, over time, the hill gets steeper and steeper. It gets more and more challenging. Now, there may be different obstacles along the way. You might have rain, sleet, hail, snow that does not allow you to get to the top. That's constantly kind of working against you. There are always challenges when you're an entrepreneur. And in fact, you'll see that very few people even get off to a good start. These people here, in case you didn't notice, are dead. Okay. And here's the lone entrepreneur. They're pushing a ball up the hill. This is technically a snowball. As you're going to see, what we want to do is we want to get to the top of the hill and push it over this ridge where we can then enjoy the snowball effect of all of our efforts. And we can enjoy momentum. We can enjoy massive revenues. We can enjoy large numbers of customers and all of that. So I wanted to cover a few things here though at the beginning of the entrepreneur's journey. These people that are dead are people who either did not believe strongly enough in the entrepreneur's journey, or they lacked the skills to achieve success right early on. A lot of people don't make it. And this is true of any business. If you see statistics about business, you see that a large percentage of businesses don't make it. Now, there are many reasons for that. Some of the reasons include the business is very difficult. Now, the more difficult the business is, the more steep this mountain is going to be, and the more difficult it's going to be for the average person to make it to success. So you're going to have more and more of these dead bodies along the way. There's also a learning curve to just about every business. So you can't just jump into a brand new McDonald's, let's say that you bought a McDonald's franchise, and start running it as a pro, somebody who's been managing McDonald's for 20 years, right? There's a learning curve to everything. So some of these people died because they weren't willing to learn, they weren't willing to get educated, they weren't willing to take on mentorship or coaching. Then there is a skills ability. If you have certain skills that are perfect for that business, that helps you a lot. If you're not inclined toward that business with your skills, that does not help you a lot. And then there's even luck is involved, because oftentimes, in my belief, you work your way into luck. You work harder, you get luckier. What I mean is, the harder you work, the more you open up opportunities for success. The less hard you work, the less opportunities are going to come your way. So I call it luck, but it's really working your way into more and greater opportunities. So this angle here represents the degree of difficulty of that particular business. Every business is different. Every business has its own degree of difficulty. The businesses that I like to highlight in my Daily Hustle video series on YouTube are the easiest, simplest businesses to start. The ones that anyone with just average intelligence, average motivation, and average skills can be successful at. And so in those businesses, this curve is not going to be as steep. It might go something like this, and then you get to momentum, right? But there are other businesses that either require a lot of investment, a lot of knowledge, a lot of learning curve that go like that. They go much steeper because they're more difficult to learn, they're more difficult to build, there are more moving parts, shall we say. They're not as simple as some of these other businesses, the ones that I like to highlight. So I wanted to give you just the beginning of the entrepreneur's journey. We're going to go and follow this little stick figure right here, all the way to the top of the mountain, and all the way to where that little stick figure builds all kinds of momentum in their business, and then it's smooth sailing. And it takes time to get there, but it's so worth it. So that is the first part, the first leg, shall we say, of the entrepreneur's journey, is understanding every business is different, every business has different requirements, and you can work your way into luck in any business by simply outworking your competition and working harder. So the next leg of the entrepreneur's journey is going to be somewhere around here, and then we're going to go over here, and then we're going to get to momentum. So let's go on to the next leg of the entrepreneur's journey.